All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Now I'd open up the EDA public hearing to follow the council meeting for possible land sale.
The council received a proposal from Peach Companies, to purchase Flanders Park Edition Block 6, lots 10 through 12, and construct a storage condo to help place a couple of local businesses in Madelia. So this would be the 3 lots that the community garden currently is located on. And this would be what would be constructed. Going back and looking at the property was purchased by Madelia, or by the village of Madelia on October 29th, 1970 for $1. And there is nothing in regards to it saying that it was actually purchased by Madelia Industries, which was technically the first EDA, and so it was actually purchased to develop. So that's quite interesting. But there's no stipulations in regards to developing the property. So tonight, the public hearing is to hear the community in regards to the sale of this property.
So now what?
She can't hear Chris.
I didn't hear a thing you were saying, so now we're talking about the community garden?
Correct.
Yep,
Okay, and if I wanna say something, go by the table?
yep, come on up.
You're
You can
fine,
do-
Rick.
you can do it
You're
right
fine.
here.
You can do it
Well,
right
yeah,
there.
okay.
My name is Karen Abbott. My husband Curtis Edhammer and I live at 213 Adams Avenue Northeast in Madelia, next door to the proposed new site for the community garden. We are opposed to this location, and I would like to share my reasons for this view. First off, let me say that I think the concept of a community garden is wonderful, and that there are many positive aspects to such a project, but this location is not the right place for it. 1, there will be increased traffic in a residential area, and we have a large number of very young children in the neighborhood that are running back and forth and around all the time. 2, parking. Adams Avenue is a narrow, busy street. 3, resale value of our home. Having a community garden that close to our house, along with all the increased activity that accompanies it, will have a negative effect on the value of our home. 4, privacy. Between people gardening and people harvesting, there will be noise and activity from spring until fall. The main reason I don't want a community garden directly next door to my home is it will have a detrimental effect on my health. I am currently undergoing treatment for non-smokers' lung cancer. I am allergic to dust and to pollen, specifically corn pollen. And my already weakened lungs will simply not be able to handle the dirt and airborne contaminants that are released from large-scale gardening in such close proximity to my home. In addition, the stress and lack of privacy from the noise and activity from all the people planting and harvesting the garden from spring until fall will also have an adverse effect on my health. Bottom line, putting a community garden next to my home could severely compromise the odds of my surviving non-smokers' lung cancer. Thank you.
Anybody else wanna go next? Go ahead.
I wanna say, I don't want the garden in there because, it's gonna be too much cars passing my house, and it's gonna be a lot of, right now it's a lot of dusty, it's coming inside to my house, and it's, if you do it all, the garden in there is gonna be more traffic. So right now I got a lot of traffic and I gotta clean my windows and everything, closet and I don't know, at least I don't want to clean in my trucks and everything is dusty.
It's gonna
Like
be
that.
worse.
It's gonna be more. This is why I don't want to keep cleaning my vehicles, my windows. Even
Okay.
this dust is coming inside, no matter what. Yes, is what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess it's a good idea to put it, but it's gonna affect a lot of people around there, especially me, because I have problems with my health and I have asthma, and that is gonna affect me a lot. A lot. So, and right now it's peaceful there and everything. We don't have no problems with the neighbors or nothing. It's very peaceful there. So, and they put the garden there, I think it's gonna be a lot of problems. And I don't think it's a good idea because it's close to the school too. It's like half a block from the school.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I do have a statement from my daughter. So Caitlin is unable to be here tonight, but she asked me to read this on her behalf. For the past 2 years, I've spent countless hours working on bettering the Madelia community to make a long-lasting impact on Madelia for generations to come. The Madelia Community Fruit Tree Project didn't just happen with 1 month's planning, but many months of preparing and planning. My goals and purpose were laid out for this project as a way to make a clear initiative. One being that community members have access to nutritious food, as you are all already aware of. Our community has a high rate of food insecurity and obesity problems. This was one of the main reasons for this project, to help tackle food insecurity issues in our community while also providing healthy, nutritious food. Each component of the project had a clear reason and explanation for being that way. One such being the location. The location was was chosen by focusing on the community. The reason that the trees were where they are now is because it is easy and accessible location for community members to access, has a water source, and there would be no development of the land. Or that was what I was told and promised when I got city approval to plant there not that many years ago. However, that doesn't seem to be the case now. About 2 weeks ago, I heard indirectly that the fruit trees would be moved this fall. I was shocked and lost for words. No one had communicated this with me. It wasn't until my mom called City Hall that it was confirmed. The fruit trees would be getting moved. Although it seems now that no matter what I say or do, nothing will change and prevent the land the trees are on now from being developed. So with that being said, I do have a few requests if this land does indeed become developed, that I am allowed adequate time to find a location for the trees with the community being in mind. The location that I was told where the trees are to be relocated does not keep the community in mind. As I stated earlier, the location must have access to water, will not be developed, and most importantly, be an accessible and desirable location for community members. This new location does not fit that. It is not very accessible and desirable location where community members would know it exists or feel comfortable going there. That is why I am asking for more time than this fall to find the perfect location for these trees. I would have greatly appreciated someone communicating with me before I left for college about the future of the trees. This could have allowed me the summer to work on finding the ideal location. However, I do have some ideas in mind, but would need more time this fall to get these secured and finalized. Heck, allowing more time would even allow me to ask the community for ideas on where they think they could go. 2, when making your decision on the future of the land, please keep the community your #1 priority when making this decision. The fruit trees are helping to tackle food insecurity problems, reduce obesity, and improve the environment, helping community members stretch their food dollars, and one of the biggest ways is helping the community have access to a food source for years to come, and not merely a one-time event, among many others. Tax revenue is not the most important thing in a community. Quality of life is. The fruit trees are improving the quality of life for community members for generations to come. Moving these trees would be equivalent to moving the pool, the swimming pool, the golf course, the park, etc., to a location where you want to move the trees. People would not be pleased and happy with that. So why is it okay then to do this to the community garden fruit trees? Then she states, I have spent more time dedicated to this project than people realize, and want to see this project leave the impact that I designed it to have. Moving the trees sets the reap of this reward behind, which only takes time away from the community benefiting from it. Just because I currently am away doesn't mean that I am not still dedicated to this project and working on the future of this project. So in all, I would greatly appreciate having more time to find the ideal and perfect place for these trees in the community, if you so decide to move forward and develop this land, although I hope you would not. Thank you.
Can I ask one question, Leah? If we went out there and looked, if all of the trees are located in lot 10, could lot 10 be eliminated from this purchase and created into a community garden? Because as I look over and look at Crystal Valley is only on 2 lots. Could lot 10 be eliminated from the sale, just to leave it as community garden?
I have no problem. Realistically, I think that maybe the relocation of the community garden isn't gonna be the issue. I think it's just finding the best location of it might be the issue.
Mm-hmm.
But the fruit trees, yes, if they have to be moved, it's gonna be an issue.
Method.
10 will be here.
But
Well,
that being said,
the other thing too, and I don't know what Ben was saying, there's a certain time. frame
Yeah,
to
it's-
move
Yeah,
them. I mean,
certain
it's-
time for them to be moved.
like,
it's
and-
pretty much now.
I mean,
But she's requesting that we wait to move them, which then will put us into next year, and that's why I'm saying if there was a way.
You would have to talk to Nick,
Mhm.
make sure that the footprint's gonna work on those 2 lots.
Yeah.
so
So-
You can modify the
pretty much
proposal.
the length of those
That's gonna get the
two,
whole flat out of there.
And I don't remember any promises,
60 foot?
Leah, because
I'm just reading.
it's
not me.
you
I'm
know,
just what
and I do know that
Those 60 foot
last
lots.
council meeting, we discussed all the playground and all the stuff in the
180
park,
altogether.
due to the flood study that
Remember,
came
it's a
in,
60 by 100.
and where to put
On
stuff.
the weekends.
They actually proposed to put the new ball diamonds out there on the other other side of the railroad tracks on the other side of it. So,
No, I don't know what you're going with. All
Right.
she's saying is that is not the most desirable location. It is a dirt road coming in,
Right.
and it is not a real
Right.
welcoming to the community, is what I think she's trying to say, so I don't know what you're going on here.
Right.
Well, part of her statement that you read was if you move a golf course or a
Yeah, what
ballpark.
she's
saying
What
is
he's
it's
saying
not.
is that
There
we
were
are
plans.
probably doing, they want us to do
Right.
that right now.
But she's-
So, you know what I'm saying there.
so everything's movable, and
Put it in there.
everything the city does has some recourse to somebody. There's not a perfect answer to anything. You know, it's to benefit the majority of the people in town whenever we look at doing something, and it wasn't because in April or May, we didn't have an offer on that land. This offer came up and would like to be built yet this year. It's only been in the last month and a half that we even had an offer on that piece of property. And that was our first EDA that started that development for building buildings and supporting the tax base. So, you know, and
Why don't you guys don't sell me the lot that is next to my house?
because you never asked to buy that lot next to your
Yes,
house.
I did came.
Which lot, where do you live first?
221 Adams is next to the lot.
That last one was before this property.
It's the old Pearl Peyton lot.
They're on the north.
The old what?
side.
Pearl Peyton lot.
Oh, the Pearl Peyton lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can't sell the lot next to your property
I know
because we have a raw water main, and that is the only reason the city owns that lot. Otherwise, we would have sold it.
but just to have
So-
space, I'm not gonna put nothing there just to have.
There's nothing that could go there.
There's nothing that can go there.
Just to have-
The well that's at the end of Long Avenue, Brian Renau's house, where they drive down and check, the well every day. The water line from there runs through that lot.
I know.
That's why that lot can't ever be sold, because we can't allow something to be built on.
Are they all on lot 10?
But you could raise grass on top of it, you could raise a garden on top of it.
Stay there, can you?
You could plant the trees on the outside perimeter of that, even though it wouldn't be accessible. And it would inconvenience people, it's all doable.
But it's gonna affect me a lot. There is no driveway there.
Right, I drove down your street more than once in the last month, and
So
any day is hard to
every time
get.
that they go and cut the yard, they go in my driveway. I don't care. But if they put that plan, it's gonna be something different. And there's gonna be a lot of mosquitoes, a lot of flies, and,
Well, I think the mosquitoes and the flies are gonna be the same either way.
no, because with the plants, they go more. I
Anyhow,
had a tree and I had to
Yeah.
cut it because it was a lot of flies.
You could just put it
wait.
at 10 and-
anyhow, needless to say, the trees, well, they fit, we have to check with Nick to see if they'll fit.
About in here.
And then,
I think maybe an
so-
option for now would be to see if Nick, if we could sell him the 2 lots, keep the third until we figure out a path forward.
right,
And
And
after it's built, you may not need one.
Right.
If you keep 10. I don't know, I'm under the thing that I'm definitely not gonna move the community garden to where
right, I
these people
don't,
live. I'm 100% with them, sorry.
I don't disagree with that, Dave.
It's not
He's
going
not
there.
really at the point.
I'm not gonna disagree with that at all, Dave, you know, and I'm just, where we establish the community garden in the spring, is still to be determined, and if we can just leave the trees, on lot 10 for now, and Nick can build his You know, or we only sell him 11 and 12 if it'll fit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the whole key, if it'll fit. You know, because we
You
have
have
a
to build a little
credible
closer to the road.
option.
Well, we could do, I mean, I would think we could do a variance for that
Mhm.
back lot.
Then move it closer to the road.
Which way was he gonna face?
I mean, ultimately, we wouldn't have had to do anything if we'd have bought the
Towards
triangle,
Crystal Valley?
block A,
Right,
and did what we were gonna do, and we wouldn't be here right now,
right, because then the
making
community
people
garden
nervous
wouldn't
because
have
they're
been
gonna put a pollinator
Yeah.
garden
working.
with people that have severe asthma right next to it, but, you know, we didn't go that way.
Yeah.
This is something else too. You know, I got when it's gonna be so windy after finish planting and everything, it's gonna come in more garbage, maybe to my house. And right now I got a lot of problem with Ryan, my neighbor, because the dumpsters got too full and blow up the garbage, and nobody say anything. I gotta pick him up, and it's not my garbage.
Well, I think at this time you guys kinda made it
I don't
clear to
know.
us that
No,
you're not
Let's,
gonna.
let's go this way, that garden's not going there.
Yeah,
The garden's not gonna be moved
Good.
over there.
The garden's not gonna be,
You guys ain't gotta worry about it, you don't need to worry about it.
the garden's not moving,
No.
but the question is,
well, the garden's moving.
The
We
garden's
just don't
moving,
know
it's
where.
just not moving there.
it's not moving there,
Into
right?
an internal lot in town.
So-
But the question is, what are we going to entertain for a sale on the, lots for tonight?
Well, right now, I think you guys can entertain lot 12 and 11, but I think 10, I'm trying, I wish he went away, but I'm going back and forth. But leave 10 until we can resolve.
And that way he can continue on the construction project.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I have a motion to sell him the 11 and 12 tonight?
I so move.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any other discussion? Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Alright.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. And we'll bring back 10 if we need to.
Yep.
I will entertain, I'd like to thank everybody for all their comments tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The community garden isn't gonna be next to your house.
Okay.
It's gonna be somewhere, so if you guys got this much pull, find me a spot that we can put the community garden, please.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna sell the property, let me know, and let me know that I can have a little, you only need it for the space, I can.
Just to have a space.
I can
We're not
really
gonna
do it.
make a house or nothing.
Yeah, but according to our lawyer, we can't do that.
Okay.
So I can't do that for you. It's all about the government thing that you gotta control what's underneath and,
Okay.
you know, because if it was to break, it would make a heck of a mess in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I need a motion to adjourn the EDA.
So
So
move.
moved.
Go ahead, I'll second.
Did you get it? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned. Thanks, everyone.